Good evening. This is the data science, AI, and machine learning class from Mulya. This is second session. First session we have covered on first Saturday, where uh, I took few basics of data science and machine learning, how system works, and this is the second session. So welcome you all, and thank you for participating in the sessions. My name is Riyaz Sheikh. Wow. We are tracking number of participants all over the world, and we have gotten right now more than 2,500 testers all over the world signing up for this initiative. We are overwhelmed with the response we have got. We have more than we have people employs more than 100 companies all over the world, including major corporations, who wants to learn AI and AI basics so that they can test well. We have testers from more than 30 countries, which includes more than 200 cities. And we are grateful as a Mulan that we could come up with such initiative which will help make world better place for everyone. Before starting my session, I would also request uh, each of you to join one of our vlog group where we discuss about our sessions. Also, very interesting things about Python programming, data science, or AI or machine learning class. And we also try to resolve queries from participants all over the world. Right now, we have more than 380 people participating into a vlog group. And also, word of caution, little word of caution here. You need to see this icon here. Once you just join in, just click on this icon and mute it so that Flock will not spam your email account, and will only give you notification when it is required. You can also offline join this group, where at the end of the day you will get the notification about which questions or which discussions will happen, so that you can learn at your pace. Also, we have also recorded sessions, as all of you know, on YouTube channel of Mulya, where we put up our live recordings into YouTube, and you can learn from these topics, or at your pace. You can also download videos. And okay, one more interesting thing about Sundar Pichai video here, where very recently Google has an I/O conference where Sundar talks about great stuff in AI and Google Home. Please watch it. It's really great and awesome to listen how Google Home is going to change the whole world in a rapid way. So let us start with our session with a recap from previous session, where I started my session with the data visualization, where I told different stories in the data visualization, where data scientist, everyday work of data scientists is to create stories from numbers, visuals, and make an impact on business decisions, so that it will help to achieve certain goal. I showed you a world map of internet users all over the world, and which makes a really awesome story about how uh, human all over the world are using internet uh, all of the day or night time, and how everybody works at their pace. After that, we saw different applications of data science, where we started with Google search, and at the end we saw application of AI as an self-driving cars, where we saw that how AI systems are taking ruling all over the world, and taking each part of our everyday life. So it's really important for testers to test it, because it's really important for as a developer or data scientist. In the normal world, data scientists are actually developer of these applications. So uh, we need also a good tester to test this kind of application. We also discussed few few reasons behind why there is a testing of these applications required, and which knowledge we supposed to have so that we can test it better. So overall mission of our whole training sessions, which includes Python programming, data science, AI, and machine learning, is to make testers well equipped with the knowledge so that they can go back and test different applications of data science and help make this world a better place. Then we saw a comparison of two types of machine learning processes, where there are two types of machine learning process, where we first type is supervised learning and the second type is unsupervised learning. The supervised learning is called as supervised because there is some supervisor to tell that what is the goal, and also for or in the data world is there is a data available which will tell you the what the business problem is. So I told you a example about in supervised learning about to identify a dog. Suppose you are a child and you want your parent or the supervisor uh, has told you how to identify a dog. He has shown you lots of different types of dogs, and one day if you have a really different type of animal in front of you but that looks like a dog, you identify it as a dog, though even you have not seen it before, but you don't say it is a tomato. So this is a supervised learning where you have someone to tell what is your business problem and with data with how to tackle that problem is. Then example of supervised learning are many, and these are the common types of machine learning problems where you have a specific data and the business problem given to solve machine learning problem. Then the major part of these days of application that we saw are unsupervised learning problems, where we don't have uh, a specific problem given, or it can the problem cannot be defined in different numbers, which you don't know how system will work at the end and uh, how much it will predict better. So in supervised learning, for example, self-driving cars is one example of supervised machine learning artificial intelligence system, where the machine learns itself based on data to identify tracks or identify who is in front of you, whether it's a human or it's a signal. Um, so it's an unsupervised learning problem where you have previously lots of data, and then you start to understand from the patterns of data how to utilize it to solve certain business problems. So these are unsupervised learning problems. So there are only two types of machine learning or systems that you can see in the world. First is supervised, the second is unsupervised. Before starting with any type of application, the first question testers or the developers are asked that whether we are solving a supervised learning problem or unsupervised learning problem. Based on that, really different types of problem solving methods comes up while building this kind of application, which will help to build these applications. Then later we saw the traditional or machine learning algorithms and the difference between them. So in traditional algorithms that actually most of them we use it today are based on certain logic. There or for example loops and certain logic is already available. They are mostly correct, and their accuracy can be calculated effectively, and there is not requirement of any data in the traditional algorithm. For example, Kruskal's algorithm that you might have heard of before. And second, in the new world, in the machine learning type AI systems, we have algorithms called as machine learning algorithms, which are uh, very different from traditional algorithms in the sense of machine learning algorithms are based on data and not based on logic. So machine learning algorithms use data to build their logic based on the behavior of that data at that moment of time. So machine learning algorithm never will be 100% accurate, because uh, suppose as this thing is actually coincide with the software testing world, is as 100% of the defects cannot be find out uh, in the world, in the software. Same as in the same way in data science world, 100% of the data of any problem cannot be find out, or it's almost impossible to collect it. So in machine learning algorithms, the data that has been collected or utilized so that machine will learn about it and solve the particular problem is actually a sample of that data, which has to be accurate as much as possible, but it never 100% accurate. So the machine that has learned based on that data will be 100% accurate. Now the need of testers here is to identify at which point certain machine learning algorithms will fail, and identify the ways how it can fail and impact on the business. To test it well, we have to identify how machine learning algorithm works and how it came, which kind of algorithm we are actually using, how we can make it better. So our goal we are trying to resolve in this training program. Next, to start with how the whole process works, I introduce you the data analytics process, where we now where 1 minute, 1 minute, please. Taking a pause. Any questions? Okay, so we'll start again. So with we have saw the data analytics process in the last session, where I talked about how the whole process started and it ends with AI. I will show you the how that process works. So it starts with a data preparation phase, where any uh, AI or machine learning process starts with certain business problem. So you have to formulate that business problem in as specific as ways, and based on that problem, you decide how to collect your data. Based on how expensive or costly that collection of data is, you decide whether to go for data design experiment or the taking and direct collection of data if the systems are available, where you formulate a problem, for example the response and number of input for which are affecting that problem, and you gather the data around your business problem to solve, and so that whole machine learning application will work according to that data. So this phase is one of the most critically important phase, where uh, because whole machine learning system is completely based on the data, or the blood of whole machine learning is actually data. So you have as much as data is correct, and as much as important variables you have bring in to solve a problem, uh, or you can say here at this point of time, while collecting or having a data preparation phase, you have to identify a lot of different factors which are affecting your business problem. So the as much as you can think, the as much as think well, as much as bring good data that you bring uh, in the database, the better the artificial intelligence system or AI system will be. So as a tester, the first question to be asked to a developer or data scientist is to what is the business problem that we are solving with this system. Once you find out what is the business problem that you solve with system, you start to I ask the second question, which is important, is to uh, how you start data collection process and which variables that you have bring in into data preparation phase. Once you have collected your data, enough data, you can say, um, you start doing exploratory data analysis, or you just start exploring that data. I will just give you the example of this. Once I tell about these 6 things, I'll just give you example about these processes in one small, very simple example. Uh, so we'll In the second phase, you start to explore the data and view in very different angles, to view towards the data, how the different parameters are affecting your output. That basically your goal is. Then you bring in lot of variables into the picture if you want, or cut it down, which are variables are not important for your target variable. Is you start to cutting them. Once you got the data, you start to visualize that data, or see in a visual form how whole inputs are affecting your output, and must try to bring out a story into it. These insights are the insight that you got from the data visualization process are extremely important in overall process, which decides your complete product, how it will evolve in the end. Sometimes the whole uh, benefit or profit of data analytics process is residing in insights that are generated through data visualization or exploratory data analysis. And I have been very fortunate to see this thing happening in the normal world, where we collect the data, and when we start exploring the data, we find out a lot of different patterns about the problem, that we start taking actions based on our insights, and we don't have to go through the next process of data analytics. Once you got insights, you start to understand how to put those insights into a production environment, where mm, where there are two different types of processes. First is a classification process or clustering process. Classification process are basically used for supervised type of machine learning systems, and the clustering process are mainly used for unsupervised type of machine learning systems. In the classification system, there are different algorithms than the clustering algorithms are there. So based on at this phase, you decide which kind of algorithm that you are going to use in complete process. Once you understand which algorithms are that you are going to use, and you got the accuracy of those algorithms, how they will work, you start to put them into production in predictive analytics phase, of fifth phase of predictive analytics. One where you connect your um, analytics engine to your database engine, and in the normal, you build a different table, where uh, your UI will take input from in the predictive for the predictions. For example, in the recommendation system, you can see in the LinkedIn or in Facebook, you got the people you may know feature, where there's one database that is built in backend. You can imagine, where we constantly they are taking input from for first phase till fourth phase. You are taking input from the number of connections between people, and the fifth phase, in the database part, you got the output of these are top 5 of your friend will be. This is the output that will go to UI system in the products. So you will see the predictive analytics part here. Or sometimes systems will, rather than showing it into UI, they are directly taking actions based on this predictive analytics part. So here in the fourth part or fifth part, the questions to be asked are a little getting complicated, where you ask which type of classification algorithms that you have used, and why not use this, and you also ask how much accuracy of those algorithms is. And if you be and you will also try to bring in different variables, or because testers mindset really works really different than the developers mindset or data scientist mindset, where testers can think of laterally of different problems, where they might bring in really good additional variable, which might impact our whole data analytics process, and you might get really different insight about your system, where in predictive analytics whole code might change at the end, and the accuracy of systems will differ than if you bring in tester in the process. Then once you have algorithm that is built into the production environment, and with that algorithm or machine learning whole process, you have additionally different types of other applications or algorithms are built in, which are attached to these are algorithms. These are connected with, so one output of one algorithm is connected with another algorithm. That is, the whole system is called as artificial intelligence system. For example, I will give you about self-driving cars, where a lot of different types of algorithms are simultaneously working. For this image processing algorithm, where you identify a driver or identify human beings in front of you, or signal, identify a direction of road, or that is connected with the maps. Also identify, you also have a calculation running behind, where you are going to reach, when you are going to reach. You also have a speech processing algorithm working behind, or a natural language processing algorithm, as some people call it. So these lots of algorithms are coming in to form one system, which is called as artificial intelligence system. So this is the data analytics process that we saw, or I tried to make it more deeper into this session. So we will first start with the data preparation phase that we saw in here about data preparation. So we'll start with how data preparation works in a normal world. Any questions yet? Yeah, no question. Just a minute, please. Okay, so I was looking at any questions has been asked in YouTube workshop. So I'm yet no questions. So I'll go ahead with the next part of our session. So we will see now how data preparation works. So good evening. The reason that I said good evening is because we use this word everyday basis. We wish everybody when we meet new people, our colleagues or our family, we wish them every good evening. And the reason, or the impact, it change based on who is talking. For example, if father is talking to son, and the son is coming with his exam results, and father is saying good evening, then his meaning is changed. In when a mom is wishing her son good evening, or when a colleague is wishing another colleague, employee, the good evening, its meaning is changed from Monday to Friday. When on Monday, we as usual we have lots of workload. On Friday, if somebody is wishing good evening, it might be a start of some party. So a good evening, a meaning of good evening is changed every time when we use that word. Now let us formulate a problem where we wish everybody that good evening, but we might not have good evening every day. So when we say good evening, we we understand this is the whole output, or the impact of whole day accumulates into your a later part of evening. It decides how your evening will be. If your day is very busy, you say okay, it's a day is not good or bad. But if your day is very enjoyable, or for example you are in Mulya, you say good evening, your day is quite different than when other people trying to tell about it. So let's formulate a problem here, where you see uh, uh, to understand how my evening is being affected with different parameters, and achieve better happiness ratio into evening. Here I'm trying to understand how many parameters that actually affects my evening. And I will try to understand how to have a how to have a data preparation phase actually in, and I will also try to get into my output response variable and how it works at the end. And my goal is to achieve so that I will be maximum time keep myself happy in the evening so that I can sleep well in the night. So I tried to build in one small normal Excel file where where I tried to put different columns where my ID, the second column, which is actually a response variable, is a experience of evening. I will type here as a response variable, or most in data world we call it as a Y, and where the experience of evening can be good, bad, or neutral. And we have ID here so that I can identify each number of rows. Then we have the one of X variable that we can take is a plan or wish, that what you actually wish rather than what is actually happened in Y variable, what is actually you are wishing. So suppose you are wishing to your boss, you might be wishing that, okay boss, good evening, but okay, in my mind I'm saying, okay, bad evening. So, and the next part, for identify the room, I will type my name and my profile, okay, which is another X variable, x1, x2 here, then x2, then x3 might be my profile, x4 might be my age. So you can see I'm bringing out these x1 to x or x10, you can say, different factors which are affecting my evening, which might which, which might affect my evening, where my age might say different. Okay, if I'm age of 25, my evening might be different than if my age is 55 or 70. What is my gender, that may also impacting my evening. And if you are married, your evening might be different than if you are single. What is your employment status, are you employed or not, that can be another variable you can bring in. If you are employed, you have a different evening. If you are unemployed, you have a different evening. If you are an entrepreneur, that you will have a different evening. If you are in a startup, that you might have really different evening. Or you might, if you are in MNCs like Infosys, Cognizant, or Oracle, you have a very different evening than usual, the usual common people. Then, for example, activities planned in the evening. If you are employed, there are a lot of companies used to have activities that are planned in evening. I can bring another variable. Do you have kids or not? If you are going home in the evening time and you have your kids to play with, you definitely have a really good evening. So you can see I'm bringing out a lot of different factors which are might affect my evening. And this can go on and on and on. Suppose I have worked with the problems where we have bring in more than 250 variables. I was worked in a telecom domain before, where we are trying to identify which customers might leave our system and which customers might not. There we had a lot of data where we have lot of information about customers, starting from their age, gender, their status, their economic status, their pricing history, their number of recharges, prepaid recharges, postpaid recharges, how many times they have called into customer care. So you, before having collecting data, as you can see, you first make a list of number of things that might affect your output or experience of evening. Or in the telecom example I said, is your customer leaving or not. Or in a normal business, for example, HR system, where whether your employee is going to leave your company or not, based on different parameters that is affecting his employment. So this is the one of the very simple example of data preparation phase, but it is actually very also important, in the sense of almost 40% of whole building time of a machine learning application spent into data preparation phase, because as much data is correct here, the more better a good system we'll have into the AI world. This is also very important in the medical world, where in medical world too, there is medical trials available, where you definitely see which are factors that are affecting patients, the medical history. So this phase, or the first phase of AI machine learning or data analytics process, is most important process, where you start asking question to uh, your developers or data scientists, that how you started with data preparation. In the traditional product building phase, you have a requirement analysis document is given, but in the AI world, there is nothing formalized yet, things available. So you can take this thing as one of the very formal or normal way of developing the AI machine learning things, where you start asking question to your data scientist, that what is the business problem that you have, what and how you start collecting the data, and whether you design any experiment for that. Okay, so with this, I'm just looking at one of the things that some Ajit Kumar from YouTube has asked, whether we have asked a question or not. I'm just checking once. Please, 1 minute. Okay, so Ajit Kamal has asked that I have a quick question. Are the testers all involved in all phases of process? So currently, Ajit, uh, currently data scientists are actually working as a testers too, which is very a normal common problem, because uh, basically data scientists are actually a very costly thing to have into the organization to build systems. Normal companies which has more than 150 employees or building a product, they can't afford too many data scientists. So data scientists usually have double role into building this kind of application, where they actually also go have a developing these things and also testing these things. But as the systems are coming in, and as we see different things today, the bias of developers is actually working. So testers are required almost at every phase here. However, um, tester should be equipped with the knowledge of how data science applications work, so that they can ask better questions. If somebody is asking what is the where is the requirement document into AI, they may not give you they may not able to give you answer, because we don't have right now anything defined into particular data science or product is available. The testers are involved in all four phases, as I can say. I recommend that. However, the involvement will be higher from data preparation phase, and it goes little down into data visualization process, and it also starts with again with predictive analytics and artificial intelligence process, where at the sixth phase, you have a lot of different interfaces of the system coming in together, where we start testing those interfaces too. And the tester's role is really important in the sixth phase and first phase, you can say. So I will try to write more or bring in more details about your question. And I really like this question a lot. Thank you, Ajit. We have another question. Is for being data scientist, do we need to have through coding skills? Yes, of course. Data scientists are actually someone who builds systems, these kind of systems. So coding knowledge is really important. And based on which stack that you are going to use in building these applications, you need to have those skills. Suppose a system is if system is suppose mainly built in Java, you need to have a Java knowledge required. And if the backend, the algorithm that are being linked in, they are in might be in different libraries might be used for it. So Python libraries or R libraries might be used, or in the for example, this Google have bought a TensorFlow library that might be used into behind. But the coding knowledge is very essential to build these kind of systems. So for being a data scientist, I think is very much required. Any questions? I'm looking at the flock if there is any questions available. No, not it. So no questions in flock. Great. Okay, so we'll move around for the next part. So till now we have seen how data preparation phase works, and I tried to show you one example how data preparation phase is. So in the good evening analytics. So I will also send you this file to refer, and if possible, send me back with the details of if you can generate about different roads. So rows, and also if you can bring in more data with you and try to formulate a problem and give us the data, I would definitely love it, and we can show you different insights of the data or the phases how that data will go to build a machine learning application uh, uh, into my next sessions onward. So please keep in mind, and if possible, please send us data. My email ID is already given, and you can also reach me on Flock or my email ID later on. Um, okay, so we'll just move on now into the next part. We will start with the R today. So R is one of the really popular language of in statisticians, where statisticians has invent used are being used is kind of language. This language is very popular because there are lots of machine learning libraries or statistical tools are available into these kind of these are language. So I'll ask everybody to download and install R from CRAN, which is actually uh, archive for our systems. So download it from here and install it on your system. R is actually one more question, just more. As of now, what is the most used programming language used today? So I think you are if you are asking question in the data science world, there are two popular languages are mostly used. First is R and second is SAS. SAS is actually enterprise, being mostly used in our enterprise world, where SAS has certain support is available from enterprise, and R is a very open source. You can compare SAS and R as Apple or Android of machine learning world, where Apple has certain support or the quality is already built in, and Android is catching up and really going in a really fast pace into building this application, where R has mostly all new libraries are available on first come, and after like 1.5 year those libraries will be built in SAS. So if you want to capture the new things and always want to learn new things, you go with R. Also there is one very common thing in between statisticians. Whenever someone built any new algorithm, try to publish their research paper. They also build along with their R version of package of those algorithm. So yeah, and indirectly any new type of algorithm is first available into R world. So I recommend everybody to use R. And if you have been using SAS by any chance into the organization, please learn it, and please learn SAS software. It's a really good software, and which has a enterprise support. And in medical world, where I saw a lot of organizations or the governments actually make this as a compulsory thing for the companies to use SAS into their system, so that to have a better result. Actually, this is not depend whether we use which tool, that not depend on accuracy, but still there is some orders are or uh, compulsion from government to use SAS system in your or organization for building medical systems or other important applications. Then I will tell you few things about R here. So R is one of the very common type of language where you have Java, C, and suppose this R. But R has a main goal of um, uh, to play with data, basically. So manipulation of that data. Second, the calculation of involved in manipulating that data, and the graphical display or visualization part of that data. So these three goals are solved using R, and it's very quick. There are a lot of tools, GUIs are available, which helps so that which help you to build a really good insights or analysis very fast way, so that you don't have to even it's faster than Excel too. So R is actually very quick tool to build any type of insights. So it's actually a well-developed programming language. It's coming through Yes language. The previous part of our language is Yes language, where this language also have include conditions, looping, scripts, IO facilities, where you have particular scripts which starts with collecting data and ends with having a database updated with the predictions or classification output. So it's well developed language, and you can definitely go with R for building your backend systems, for making your backend system compatible with machine learning algorithms. Branching and looping and modular programming, common parts available in R. So you can, I would definitely recommend R for learning data science. SAS is really good. However, because it's very costly and costly, I would definitely recommend R to use for data science work, or if you are really interested to learn about data science. Then uh, okay, now R is actually, when you install R, you will find that it is a command line version. However, as any programming language, you can see there is IDEs available. For example, Python, there is IDEs available as shown by Anand already. Um, um, in R code, you have RStudio, which is a really great IDE available into for supporting R systems. Please download that R code. I have already given my link for downloading and installing RStudio. Please install it, and and start using it for your R. I will also after this I will also show you how R Studio or R Screen looks, and I'll give you quick intro about how R Studio or R works, or how you can use R in quickest way manner. I will just open R Screen now. Um, Okay, so this is how the R Studio looks like, where you have four parts of the screen. The first part is about we use when we want to write any certain script, and also when you want to view certain type of data. For example, right now you can see there's some data with certain columns that is you can view, but you can only view first 12 rows. If you want to view all, you can go a little down and see what the data is. You can also close this. Then in the down part, where is there is a commands are available, where you can write certain command and see the output of that command here, or sometimes here. Now in this part, where you can see which type of database tables or data is available with certain information about these tables. For example, there is a data name table by train is available, which where we have 891 observations or rows and 14 variables or 14 columns. So there is also list type of variable available, PC or vars. You can see here another tab named history, where you can see the history of all the commands that you have, or the scripts that you have run. So you can go back to any history at any point of time if you have saved your project here. So here, whenever you start any new project, you go on click on here, and make it as a save project, and open, or if you want to open your older project, you can go through click on this button. Then in the last part here, the fourth part, where you can see the output of your commands, sometimes in the graphical view, where here the first menu about files, you can see the different files if you have used. um, in the packages part, these packages also called as libraries that are used into R. These are listed down here. uh, and if you want to install any new libraries, you can click on this button, install, and browse. Or if you have downloaded, you can browse, or you can directly download any libraries from here. You can type a name here, any which package you want to install. And so suppose any package is already available, it will give you a name. You can just type any name here and install it. If you want to, you have a list of which packages is available, you can go to CRNA website, where all list of all packages or the libraries in R are available already, and you can click on install. It will install automatically. You can see in the help section, where if you want to understand certain command, what it, how it, about it, you can type question mark and command name here, where, and click on enter. You can see the output of or the help section open up for that command. Then the Okay, so this is the little introduction of RStudio, and I'll give you little commands of R, how we use it, how we can use certain commands here. So I have bring down few commands here. So you can see in the fifth line here, I will just copy this command, or I will just type in the console. So we have X variable, and we want, in that X variable, we want to save certain data. So I'm using the C command. C is for concatenation, C, and I will use enter certain data in here. Okay, then I will click on enter, and you can see that X has been built in here as values or variables, and you can see which numbers are 1 to 4 columns is available. Then you want, if you want to view X, what is that content, you can just type in X, click on enter. You can see what is the content of X is. And then suppose you want to find out what is the length of X variable, you can type on length parameter, type in X, enter. Object X is not followable. Okay, great learning here. As we can see that X here, in here part, it is a capitalized X and not small x. So you have to type. So our language is sensitive to capitalized or uncapitalized word. So you have to type in correct word into it. So suppose let's bring it out on next variable known as y, and we'll give some data into enter here, and we type y, we enter y, enter, and here you can see the contents of y. Let's calculate what is x plus y, and you can see object X was not found. Again, you can type it X as capital X. You can see the warning message. Don't worry about warning all this time, because X is uh, four column character, and Y is 3 column character. So sometimes the so summation will not work. Um, as you can see, I have just cleared my screen. This is called as control plus L shortcut, or you can see code here, um, and clear console, where you can control L out shortcut, where you can clear your console and type the command in clear console. So the next command might be ls. Ls is used for listing out which are the variables are being used into system or a project right now. So you can see the PC, train, was, X, and all. These are all the variables or the objects are actually used into R. Then you can, if you want to remove those, rm command is available, where you can remove them one by one. Okay, remove one by one. Suppose I want to remove PC, I will click on PC. So the PC is being removed. You can see through ls the PC is not available. Suppose you want to if there are a lot of objects are available, you can we can directly click on um, remove and into bracket list is equal to ls. You can see all objects here are cleared out. Then in matrix is a very important concept into R. You can see I will just find out what is matrix. So here in the help section, matrix, the description of matrix command is given, where matrix creates some matrix from the given set of values. So let us give some values. So I have already typed in one command. I will where I have tried to enter the data into my through command to build a matrix. We are building a matrix of rows 2 and column 2, and we have given the data 1 2 3 4. So you can see x as a matrix has formed. You want to see the content of x, you can see the first rows, first column, you can see. Then suppose you want to do certain operation on matrix, you can find esqrt. So you want to take square root of x, you can have a square root of x available. Then suppose you want to type any list. Suppose for x you have 1 to 10 is given. You need to type 1 to 10. You just 1 colon 10, you can have x as 1 to 10. So you can see the content of x as 1 to 10. So these are the commands that are available. Okay, so here a question from Khaja, where in the console can I use all Linux command? I think Linux is very similar to these kind of commands. However, there's a little difference. You can see you can go on list of R commands. There are a lot of similarity between Linux command and R command, but they are little different because Linux command are system oriented and R commands are basically data manipulation oriented. Another question: what is this showing every time that you give in command? Is it the line? Okay, I didn't understand the question. Any more questions, Flock? Okay, great. Okay, so I just listed down few commands here. I will also give you send you this file so that you can try it more. There are few commands that I will also introduce you while in the next part of this seminar, this session. There are suppose you want to have you want to install any packages. I have told you that you can install it from packages and install command here, but there is command also available same time where you can install and type certain name, which type of which package that you want to install. If you have a name of those package, this package is different of every package differs from another package based on which type of problem that package is solving. Machine learning packages are very popular, and so are the data manipulation packages and visualization based packages. Here I have shown you the dplyr package. It is one of the most popular packages in data manipulation. I will I will tell you the name of most popular packages into um, most packages into R. The question is, does it work in Mac and Windows version? Yes. So Mac also has this R Studio version available and R version available, so you can install it on or Windows or Mac. So it is available. So I will tell you the most important packages of R. First, dplyr is used for data manipulation purpose. You can go and install dplyr here. Install packages in double quotes dplyr. Click on enter. You don't have to because it's already installed, so it will give you an will ask you whether you need to update it. Actually not, so I will just typing in no, but it will still because I type no as I don't need to restart my system. It is actually uh, downloaded and it will install automatically. So I just told you the example of how to install any packages from by default CRAN system. Then okay, I was talking about DPLYR package. It is used for data manipulation purpose. You have a data in tabular form. You can see, you can manipulate your data into certain ways. Here is the one of the cheat sheets. This actually I refer it most of the times while working with data. I use this cheat sheet almost all the time. I will also send you this link and a PDF file with to all the participants about this cheat sheet, that DPLY, how DPLY package works, and how you can reshape or subset your observations, or subset your variables, how you can play with lot of data using DPLYR package. So there are lots of commands available, and it's very good. It's very simple to do it. So example, if you want to filter certain data, I will use this command to I will just show you this command how it works. I'll just copy this command. Here I will just first click on Ctrl L to clear the screen, and here I will paste it. So you can see that there is a command named as a filter iris sepal length greater than 7. So what is saying is there is a data name which is as iris data, and there is one column which is named as sepal length, which is greater than 7. To show you how the iris data looks like, I will click on iris data, view iris. You can click on it and enter. So this iris data is one of the by default data that is available into R, and you can see how this column, there are 150 rows into this data, where columns 5 columns available, starting with sepal length to species columns, where these 4 columns are actually input columns, and 5th columns majorly people looks at as a output column, where you define which kind of species this flower is, based on these 4 factors of whether it is sepal length and width, and petal length and width. So let us look at the command again. The command name is filter, data name is irish, the sepal length is one of the column name, and greater than 7. So you can see the length is in numbers, for 5.1444 4.8. So, and it's greater than 7. So this is boolean, this is character which tells where you have to take the or filter out the column based on which is more than 7. So I will just click on enter here, and we'll see how it works. So I will click on enter, and it gives output object sepal length is not available. Okay. So there are 2 things that I have done here. First, I have not opened or started my library. So example, I have to do first open my library here, which is known as library dplyr, where okay, there is no package available called as dplyr. So I will just try to install it again. Install package name is dplyr. Okay, I will restart my system, and it will automatically install DPLY package. So these so as I was saying, I was showing you IRS data. There are more than 150 different data sets are already available in RStudio, where you can play with around with the different data. So I think it has restarted. I will just try to open library again. Library dplyr, I think it has opened. So I will just use this feature, dplyr and filter command. Correct. Okay. So command is available. So I will just click on the my last command. So as you can see, I can view my what are my previous commands were, and the sequence. They are using the up and down arrows. So I'm right now having up arrow and the last command. Then previous command to this command, you can more up arrow. You can see the previous command to this command. So I will open up my previous command here, filter irs dpl sepal length greater than 7. So if I click on this, it will give you my the filter data. So you can see the all the length of sepal length is available greater than 7. If you want to make it into a variable, you can click on save into a variable. You can click on command again and type here as x, that output goes to x, filter output goes to x. So I can see I given output to x here. X data output is already available now. If I click on this x, it will show me my output, the filtered version of output, where you can see sepal length only 7 is available. There are only 2 rows available for the filtered data, and the whole data is 150 entries. Okay, so I've just given you a short view of how any command will work and how you can play around with the data. So I will just, as I said again, I will send you this cheat sheets, so that you can work it, so that you can work at home or practice yourself. So this is about DPL writer package. There are lots of other packages available, which is I will say one of my favorite packages is Rattle, which is actually GUI of R. For visualization or machine learning purpose, where I can build small charts or different insight through Rattle, or using different statistics already available in GUI. I will show you just now how it works. The third popular package is ggplot2, which is used for building charts, and there are really great charts can be built in using ggplot2. Then as I said, if you want to do a certain R programming basic course, you want to learn R programming throughout, at least from the start, you can download this package named as Swill, where you can I will just show you how it works here. Swill package, how you can learn different. So I'll just control and make my console little more, so little wider, so that you can see. Then I will try to, if there is available library, I will just see whether I have Swill library. Okay, I have already downloaded this Swill package. If you want, you can install it yourself using this command, install.packages, and in double quotes, yes, WIRL. Okay, I will not type it again because I have already installed. I will just go to library and Swill, so that I can learn about R programming. So the certainly output message come, hi, I see that you have some already variables saved in, because I was using it, so that I have already saved some variable while I was using this package. So I will type rm list equal to ls command to remove all the variables, and type Swill when you are ready to begin. So I will type yes Swill. Okay, then I will click on enter. Okay, welcome to Swill, please sign in. If you, and what shall I call you? So I will call myself as Riyaj. And okay, thanks Riyaj, let's cover a few basics. And so here is in before starting the programming course, they tell you how to do certain tasks. For example, if the three dots are coming, this is a clue to enter. And suppose if you have certain options are given, you can type it, you can type the number of those options. Suppose I want to continue right now, so I will type continue. Then let's get started. Select let's get started. If you here certain commands are available, so that you can work it around while having a course. Then there are 5 courses, small courses available, starting from R programming, regression models, statistical inference. These are very complicated, little basic stuff, but that is given in very fluid or simple language. So I will start with R programming first. So I will click on 1, enter. It is open, or it is opening. Then please choose a course. I will click on 1 again. So here are 10 modules are available to learn R programming. First module, I will type about the basic building blocks of R. Okay, in this lesson, we will explore some basic building blocks of R programming. This is a clue to enter. You click on enter at any point. Here's another message with any point where if you are looking for, if you which will We can type help or start or anything. So click on enter, not required. In the simplest form, R can be used as an interactive calculator. Type 5 plus 7 and press enter. Okay, so I will type 5 plus 7, I will press enter. The output is available, you got it right. Okay, so this you just go with the flow, and within I think it will take around 2 to 3 hours to complete this all, to complete all the modules of an R programming. And you can learn a few basics into R Studio about R. So this is a very cool way of learning R. You can go through the Swill package, as I said, and learn to R. Let me know what your feedback about, if you are getting stuck in between. I'm available on Flock and through my email ID to answer your queries. So I'll just click on escape. So leaving Swirl on, then I click on Control L to clear out my console. So I've just given you this list of popular package. Then the last package is R Commander, which is actually another variation of Rattle, which is a GUI for R. I will just try to show you how the GUI of R looks like. I will just go into R console again and type library Rattle. If you definitely, if you don't have the Rattle package installed, you have to click on install packages, Rattle, and go ahead. It will automatically install Rattle. If you don't have, if you already have Rattle installed, just type the library Rattle. There are some issues that are there were coming in before while installing Rattle. I have tried to answer that in Flock. If still you are having issues with installing Rattle and there are some problems are coming in, please let me know. I will try to answer those queries. I will start with how Rattle package works. I will just click on enter. So type Rattle to shake, rattle, and roll your data. So that's cool message. Okay, I will type Rattle again enter. So as you can see, the one screen just appears here, where this is actually a GUI of different commands, which we have a project, tools, settings, help. You don't need to look at these commands right now. Just the most popular command is execute in this menu, and the this menu data till log that you need to mostly refer on here. So the suppose the first task that you, after opening the Rattle, you will do is choosing your data set. So from source, if there's a data set already available now, you will go to our data set, go and click on here, and here the active data set will come in. If you don't have anything in data set available, you go to spreadsheet and you import the data that is available. So if you can click on spreadsheet and type one file name, you can click on where your data is available. So I will click on sessions, and if there any data is already available, I will try to upload my CSV files into it. Okay, then I will click on execute button to view those variables and output. You can see that in here, you can see different variables. The names are coming in. These are actually column names of that data, and you can see the out. We have to give certain parameters to those columns, whether that parameter is input or will act as an input, or target, or a risk. This is the risk name is used for risk analysis purpose. Then indent will be used in market basket analysis, then or ignore or wait. So mostly you will use the input or target type of parameter, where you in most of the your columns will be as input, and any one of the response variable will act as a output into it. So you can't give the two targets, only one target is there. Most of them are input. And if you want to ignore certain column, or that column is duplicate, you can ignore certain column. Or if for example, if they have unique here in embark column, you have unique 3 is available, you can if there's unique 1 is available, for example, there is only one value throughout the data, you can just ignore that data. Suppose you want to give weight to certain column than other columns, or certain priority that to that column, you can weight that data here. So this is a little introduction of Rattle tool. Please explore it and let me know. Let me know if you come across any issues. So only few minutes are remaining in. I will just quickly start one of the project that I wanted to start. In one of my vlog discussion, I have told you I have told about one of the website that was that I learned from. Hey, it is gone. One second. Not there. I accidentally close this. Uh, okay. Sorry for little interruption. I thought that the streaming was not working, so I was just checking it again. So in the vlog discussion, I had mentioned about one website known as Kaggle.com. Kaggle.com, which is a platform for data scientists all over the world for competition. So if you can click on Kaggle.com and sign up and go to the competitions page, there are different competitions that are available right now going on. So one of the competition, you can see there are millions of dollars prizes are available. There is competition from Intel or Google, or you can see in the Quora is one of the competitions available, where the business problem is identifying which questions are having the same intent of. So this is really good problem in natural language processing. We have a really good award or prize to the team who will build certain algorithm in a really good prediction percentage. So this is the Kaggle website. This is where I actually learned about data science, mostly because there are lots of competitions are going on, and you have lots of different data sets are available into this website, where you can just download the data and play around with data, build certain algorithm, try to learn from the community here. It's just I have asked some people to sign up for this Kaggle website, where you can have you can look at a lot of different kinds of data sets. You can go to data sets and download a lot of different kinds of data. The reason that I have bring in I have bring in introduce you this website is for one of the that project that we are going to have it here. One of the project that in Kaggle that is very popular amongst data scientists is the Titanic, where if you can type in search Titanic machine learning from disaster, you can go on it, click on the page, and the page where the type competition runs is comes up, where as you can this is very interesting problem, where most of the people in the world knows Titanic incident, or the at least saw a Titanic movie before, about Jack and Rose, very romantic and a great movie, where we saw a really big ship sank down and had an accident with an iceberg in the night, and nobody predicted that such a big ship will sank one day. It is one of the um, most famous shipwrecks in the history. It happened on 1912, April 15, and almost 70% of the passengers were died, and this actually shocked international community, and then safety regulations were coming in. The reason that I bring in this problem in here is to that we have certain data available into data tab, where you can have training data set, test data set, and gender submission file. Three files are available, which you can download and see which type of data that is available into a Titanic dataset. The problem that we have The problem that we have to work on in this type of data set is to predict survival of passengers on Titanic based on different parameters. So for the right now you can go on train file and download those files. Before downloading file, you have to click on accept rules of a certain competition. Just click on just go to the rules and click on accept and download these files. I have already downloaded this file for myself, and so I was just saved it here. These three files are here, so I'll just go ahead with those files, and you can download at your pace and work it out. I will just so try to give you the few examples of how Rattle will be used for certain kinds of problems. So I will open up Rattle as I through a Rattle command, and I will open up the screen. Then I will open up the my spreadsheet. I will click on spreadsheet option, click on dataset. I will click on train dataset. So now train dataset is where machine learning application or machine learning algorithm will learn from the dataset, and a test dataset is where the algorithm will predict that which passenger will survive or not based on these parameters. And the gender submission is actually a sample file which needs to upload so that you can compete into competition. So I will just quickly review the files, the columns about this data set. I will just first show you how this data sets looks like. I will just import data set into R from CSV, browse, go to my file, class, Titanic, sessions, Titanic, and then train file. You can see here a little code view. The little code is building in. You can see the columns here starting from passenger ID till embarked. There's certain meaning for each column. The passenger ID is passenger ID. Survived is your output column, where 0 and 1 means 0 means he is survived, he is not survived, 1 means he is survived. P class is a class of which seat those passengers are sitting in. Name of, and then name is name of passenger. You can have a gender here, where male and female. Then age of that passenger. CBSP is your siblings. Parch is your parents, number of parents with you. Then the ticket number, your fare amount in British pound in that age. In 1912, British pound was there. Then your cabin number, then where you embarked on. So in Titanic, there is three different three different places where you are embarking. It is Southampton, Charlesbourg, and Queenstown. These are named as Q, S, and C into your file names. You can see S is for and C and Q are from different places. Then you can click on import data. But before click on importing data, you will just view which type of column it is. So you start with the passenger ID, the way whether it is integer. Okay, correct. It has to be integer, but it is a survived column is integer, so you don't have to be here integer, because 0 and 1, though it is 0 and 1, 0 has different meaning than 1, but 1 is not better than 0. It is a completely different meaning. So you will click on here, and you will click on factor, where you will click on list of factors, which factors should be there. We'll just type the same name here, 0 and 1, click on OK, and it will change the um, parameters to factor. Then the P class is also one of the factor. You can click on it as a factor, where you can give 1, 2, and 3 as a different factors rather than integer. Then you have sex or gender as one of the column, where it should not be character but should be factor, where you can type male and female as different factors. Then you can give age as a numeric. Then you can have your siblings as a integer, that is fine. I think the fair is a double, okay, double character is fine. Then cabin as a character is fine. Then embarked is also character, it should not be, it should be factor. So I will just click as a S, C and Q as different factors, and I will see whether it has, okay, it has accepted different factors. Then I will just click on import, and this file is imported, and automatically you can see the train data is available here. So data is been into R now. Now you will have to explore. So data preparation phase is done. Now you have to start with the exploratory data analysis. Okay, so let's start with Rattle again. I will open Rattle, and I will click on our dataset. I will go to our data name as train. It is already coming in. You can see because I have updated into R. It will update into Rattle here. So train dataset. I will click on execute. You can see the columns will change. Okay, the columns are failed to change. Okay, so I will for now I will just click on spreadsheet again, go on train file and click on open, execute, and you can see again the columns are coming in the same from passenger ID to embark. Different columns are coming in. I will first make it all as input columns. You know that survived column is your target column where you need to predict which target it is. So you just click on target, and after you making your changes you again click on execute. Before that, please see where it has partition as 70 15 15 is given. I will try to explain this afterwards. First, right now we will just click on uncheck this option, and I will click on execute. So execute is I have executed. I have made my changes into data. Then I will, in the second column, I will explore the data where I can see different numbers of menus available of how the different statistical methods of understanding or exploring the data. The first type is summary, where I will just click on it's automatically connected to summary. So I will just click on execute. You can see if I when I'm executing, it will it is running and it will show summary of data, whether how many levels or types of names are available, how many types of gender sex is available. um, then it also gives you NAs or missing number of data into age. For age, there's 177 um, for 177 passengers. Age is not available. It means for also same for cabin for passengers 687 passengers. Cabin is not given. So these are the data that you need to look at before starting your next phase of data visualization or data analysis. So this is a complete summary of data is given. Suppose you don't like Rattle or you don't you can't and how use Rattle, you can also uh, uh, command give commands in here as a summary, train as a data name, and you can click, you can see the small summary of data where from passenger ID column, survived class, name, uh, sex, age, ticket. You can see the different summary of each columns. If suppose you want to find out the structure of your data, you can just type str train and click on it. You will find that structure. You don't focus on the this lower part of this. You can just click see the column names from passenger ID till embark. You can see the type of data from integer and how many levels that is available. You can see the embarked is a factor of 3 levels. um, we'll go to Rattle again. We'll click on we'll build some charts here. For example, where if I click on distribution, number of types of charts will automatically coming in, and if you want to quickly build your charts, you can you can do it here. Suppose I want to build my charts based on based on age column. I want to build my how many fields are distributed with different genders. I will just click on execute, and the output will come at plots here. So you can see how fares are distributed amongst males and females. Yeah, I will just click on zoom so that you can see it in full screen. Wow, in a very fastest way. You can see how you have just built in one chart. You can click on different options. For example, ticket. No, ticket is a factor, so you can't build chart from that. So we'll have different factors. For example, embarked, and you can see the dot plot. We'll just try to do a dot plot of data dot plot. Oh, this graph is not giving any meaning, so we don't need. We will just click on embarked and histogram of fare. You can see if any chart is coming. Oh, we got one chart here, which is giving fare versus a density of where. Um, there are lots of NAs also available. You can see, and how fares are distributed among different types of embarked places. So you can see there's blue, the yes for Southampton. You can see the lots of rich people are embarked from the Southampton, as you can see the blue line here. So this is the way that you will explore your data, and you play with a lot of packages and do your exploratory data analysis. I will also try to tell you the one of the name of another very comparable package for Rattle, known as R Commander. It has a very nice name, R Commander. It's really R Commander. I will give you the name of R Commander. I will try to just introduce R Commander. R Commander, I will add library R Commander. Then it loads certain packages that is required. Then it will open up my R Commander system. So R Commander is open up. Same thing. You will just first import your data set that is available, and you just start building your graphs about um, certain columns. So I will just build a dot plot of age, also sorry, fare, where you can see there are few people who has not okay paid any fare, or there are lots of people who are from 0 to 100 British pound fare. There are three people, or you can say higher class people, who are given more than 500 fare, but they have those certain facilities, and we can also will also visualize what happened to them after this incident happened, whether they survived or not, based on certain analysis um, into data analysis through different tools. So today, okay, and that's for today. I will stop my analysis, or giving you examples giving you examples here. Please go to Kaggle.com, download your Kaggle Titany dataset, and install Rattle or R Commander. Start doing your analysis, and let me know if you know any insight, you got any insight. You can also see the different participants are from Titanic, who has taken participant into competition, and what they are saying. You will see the really amazing way the people are doing their analysis and building machine learning algorithms in there. People have posted code there, so you can learn from there too. So in the next class, will understand how to do this analysis, exploratory data analysis in very quickest way possible, and also the building part of how I will build algorithm through decision trees type of algorithm, or feature engineering into Titanic dataset. So I already told you about assignments. The next in the next week, please because the next Saturday session is on next Saturday after 3 days. Please for the next 3 days try to do three things. First is install Swirl package and try to complete tutorial around R programming or visualizations. try to install RTL package or R Commander package and try to play with Titanic data or any data set that is available. Third thing, very interesting and very important, try to watch the TED video about best stats that you have seen by Hans Rosling. Hans Rosling is a one of the statistics guru in the world, and it's very amazing type of amazing presentation that he has given about statistics. Please watch it. And I'm truly inspired by that video, and decided that if I want to do something in life, I'll do this thing. So please try to watch it and try be inspired. I have also told you the different types of the books names that you can refer. There are lots of hype around in media or internet about data science, AI, or machine learning. Please don't try to learn from these kind of articles or media videos or articles or blogs. Try to get really right book. Here I am trying to suggest two books which are really fundamental to understand this system. First book is about statistics, very popular book and very simple to learn book from David Freeman about learning statistics. In school days, I used to hate this topic, but right now I'm totally fell in love with this statistics after reading this book. Second book is about Introduction to Statistical Learning. This is free PDF book. You can just download it or print it out, and there is also our examples are given after each topic, so you can just complete. If you can complete these two books, you will be a really good data scientist, and who has a really good fundamentals, or you can be really good tester who can test the machine learning kind of applications. So today I will stop my session, and I will wait for any questions that are coming from participants available. So I will. Is there any questions here? I will just wait for 5 minutes, and after that we will conclude. Okay. 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 So one of the question is, can you please show end result of Titanic case study and how to use my ML algorithm? Okay. So my goal for today is to introduce you how data looks like and how data preparation phase works. At the In the next session, you will see the lots of insights about Titanic case studies and the output, and how the ML algorithm will you will choose different type of EML algorithm at which type of problem. So wait for next session. The reason is if we really need to have a fundamental first rather than just directly jumping on what is the output. Okay. So I saw there is no questions again from participants. So I will just try to conclude my session for the today. Okay, so somebody has answered. Okay, okay, great. So thank you guys for all coming in. Thank you for trying. Thank you for asking a lot of questions, and I'm really happy that we had our second session today. I hope that you find it very useful for today, and please try to complete the assignment or try to learn. I am available on Frog group all the time. Please try to ask questions. I really like asking questions. Mm, this initiative is for all our testing community, so please um, try to be involved as possible, and be inspired. Thank you guys from Mulya. Bye bye, take care.